Woohoo! There we go. Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to another episode of A Drink with Brink, where I talk with other indie creators about their books and their lives and their campaigns, because people often invite me to their shows, and I wanted to do something in return for this awesome community. Um, yeah, and it's been like 6 weeks, I think, 5 or 6 weeks since my last drink with Brink. I needed a little break, and today we're back. So that's awesome. That is awesome, guys. Let me say hello to you guys in the chat. John Hansen. Sweet, I made it. Welcome, John. Nice to see you, man. You asked me, how are you? I'm good. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking. Edith. Welcome, Edith. Welcome, 58 Underground. Hey, 58 Underground. Welcome. Hey, Marinus, Dark Size Comics. Hey, Marinus. Hello. Good to see you back for these. Yeah, thanks, man. I hope my video is okay and the sound. Maybe I'm having a little lag. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out. Okay, before we start, I got a little bit excited about something. Before we start, you have, I think most of you know Critical Blast. Critical Blast is a website about indie comics in general, and they have this award every year. They have award for best comic of the year. So the award for 2021 was announced. The winners were announced today, and one of the nominees was Perfect 10. And let me show you guys something, if I can share for 1 sec. Here we go. Kapow. Look at this. Okay, so this is this Critical Blast site, and the nominees for best of 2021 was a lengthy list, they said. And here you can see who were the nominees and who were the winners. So people can vote, right, for the winners. So here's the nominees. Common America 3 was one of them, which is amazing, right? And to be expected. Some comics just need to be in there. Hocus Pocus or Pocus Hocus, How to Die, Marvel Comics with King in Black. But look, guys, look who won for best comic of 2021 with 20.27% of all the votes. Perfect 10. Yay! I'm so happy, guys. Thank you all for voting. And oh man, this is so exciting. I couldn't believe it, man. This was incredible. Okay. Before he gets impatient, my guest for today is someone I never spoke to before. I never heard of his book before, but we will remedy that today because we're going to talk to him. So let's bring him on. Jakub Sebesta.
Oh man, what an intro. Hey everyone, how's it going? Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, man. Welcome.
Absolutely.
Yeah, man.
Happy to be here. This is awesome.
Yeah. Where are you from, Jakub?
I'm from Czech Republic. So this is lovely because it's Europe. I usually stream with the Americans at like 3 a.m. So this is just like perfect.
Yeah, normal time zones. Normal time zones, right? These crazy time zones of all the Americans. We got a few more people in. Booster Kiwi. Hey, hello. I am Vestri's biggest fan. I've read it more than anyone else. Wow. So this not your mother?
No. It is my friend though, so
Oh, awesome.
I'll have to give him that. But thanks for supporting.
Hey, David Feed. Welcome, David. Welcome. And Dr. Ino. It's not a show without Dr. Ino. So, we'll have to leave soon. That's okay, man. That's okay. Thanks for dropping by anyway. Okay, Jacob, how was your day, man? How was your weekend?
Honestly, work, but I had a lot of fun. Right now, I'm prepping our next campaign, so I'm doing these sketch cards to years. So that's a lot of fun work. Just doing something not digital, is really fun for me because usually I'm on my tablet drawing comics. But yeah, this
for
is
the
cool.
next campaign. So not for this one, for the next one.
Yeah, for the next one. So I'm always a couple steps ahead because we always want to have the books done before we start a campaign. So I'm almost done with the next one.
Okay, basically. Cool. Okay, before we dig into your comic book and your campaign, maybe we should talk about you a little bit for the people who don't know you. I don't know you, so I would like to know a little bit more about Jacob. So this was issue 4. So I reckon you've been in this business for a little while now, right?
Yeah, so it's been about 2 years since we started putting out stuff on Indiegogo, but I actually been drawing this book for about 4 years now. And there's just been a learning process, so I scrap it. I made 2 whole issues that I just didn't put out because I felt so ashamed of them. So that was a bit of fun.
Wait, you made books that you didn't put out?
Yeah, so I basically tried to learn how to draw comics, and my best thought process was I'm just gonna draw comics to learn how to draw comics. So I did two 22-page books. That was Vestri, and they sucked because I didn't know how to draw. I had some writers that were different in quality. None of them really wanted to stick out, so they all was scrapped. But some of the best ideas came through, and we actually made Vestri from that. But they were just bad.
Okay, so you wanted to you're doing the artwork yourself.
Yeah.
You're the artist.
I'm doing it all. I'm doing the pencils, the inks, the colors, the bubbles.
Wow.
So I'm having fun with
Except
that.
for the writing.
Yeah, that is something I'm unable to do, unfortunately.
Okay, so you hire someone to write for you?
Yeah. So it's a collaborative process. I'm working with a fella called English Nachos on Twitter, but his name is Dylan Clark. He came to me from a friend group, and he was interested in writing it. We gave it a shot, and it actually worked really well.
Right. So, but he wasn't your first writer to try this project with?
No, but gosh, I gotta tell you, I went through a lot of writers, and it wasn't on Vestri specifically, but I was just trying to get someone to work with me, and I guess I'm a little bit more of a work-minded than most, so they really didn't stuck with me, with my pace, etc. So yeah, just
right. They were too slow. You mean, or?
Yeah. Because I guess they weren't taking it too seriously as I did, or we didn't really gel together as well as I would have liked. So yeah.
Yeah. So Busakiwi states that you're not allowed to write, and we are going to ban him from ideas.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh, see,
but
that's why I'm the artist and not the writer.
yeah, yeah. But this is quite unusual. So you, as the artist, you have an idea for a concept for a
Yeah.
story, right? And then you bring
Mhm.
in a writer. So how do you get the writer to write the story that's in your head?
Yeah, right. Oof. Sometimes it's pretty difficult because I'm basically already have it in my head, right? And I have scenes I want to draw. So I genuinely have to do this cycle of collaboration with my writer where I'm throwing ideas at him and he kind of has to absorb it all and kind of like stitch it together into a narrative. And then
Mm,
obviously he adds his stuff. And then he comes back
right,
to me, I read it and give him notes on that. So it's a bit of a ping pong with a script. But I think it actually works really well in the end because we really polish a product out that way.
right. And Booster Kiwi says he or she wrote something for you, a script.
Yeah. So Booster is my other writer. So I'm currently
Right.
drawing like 2 books at one time.
Oh
So
wow.
with Booster, I'm working on
So
Obsidian, which
the
is
writers
his
need
book.
to try and keep up with
Yeah,
you.
yeah. I guess so, right?
Yeah, yeah. So how do you get the because writers bring their own ideas, right? So they are creative people. They have
Mhm.
their own ideas to put into this concept and make it work and add stuff to it. But it still has to be yours. So
Yeah.
so how does that function?
Yeah.
Doesn't the
Mm.
story sometimes become too much the writer's thing?
It can be. It can be, but I'm not so precious about the story to the
Hmm,
point that I'm willing to hand it over, right? So I recognize I can't have it everything my way. So it's tough for me to do, but I'm always like, yeah, let's go your way, just because
right.
you
Yeah.
probably know better.
If it's good, it's good, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
so you started drawing because you wanted to draw comics, and that
Yeah.
was
That was my
like
big
2 years
dream
back.
job, right? No, I started drawing when I was 18. Like seriously drawing. Like back then it was hobby, and when I
Hmm.
turned 18, I was like, because I studied electrical engineering, and I finished it, and I was like, I don't really want to do it for job. So I genuinely just went, well, what's fun to do? What I always enjoyed is drawing. So I was like, yeah, let's try drawing comics for a living, and that kind of put me on this path of doing this, I guess.
Right. So where did this concept come from? Um, what you're making right now?
Yeah. Oh man, I many influences. I'd say just me kind of absorbing media, right? But mostly it was like stuff I really like. So badass fantasy medieval setting that would teach me how to draw a whole variety of stuff, right?
Hmm.
So you have your magic elements in it. You have your large open castles and just scenery that's beautiful. And I was thinking, what really pushes me to draw the most outlandish stuff? So I would really like learn to do it all, basically.
Right. So fantasy is your preferred genre, or is that just something you wanted
Yeah.
to do for this particular project?
Oh, I'm a big fan of fantasy. I
Hmm.
just like it so much. I don't know exactly why. I think just being European, I have that connection to the castles, the real lush forests and greenery, and just it was simpler times, I suppose.
Right. Right. So this fantasy is it high fantasy, low fantasy?
Yeah. It's funny because we have basically in the story we have low fantasy meet high fantasy. The plot point is uh, that this barbarian finds in these ancient ruins. He finds this ghost that latches onto him, and they are kind of fused together. And with that fusion, uh, he becomes basically possessed, or connected to this ancient elven ghost, and through her he can sort of tap into magic in that world, right? Which is very unusual, but that's basically how it starts. And then obviously to match him, we need to bring in other magical beings, etc.
Right. You have to do a lot of world building, right? It's
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So we have with us in the chat today David Feed, and he is master storytelling regarding
Mhm.
fantasy. He has his own fancy epic series called Red
Mhm.
Eyes, and he wants to know what your favorite fantasy comics are.
Mm. Uh, so for comics, it's definitely Conan, and I genuinely like the crazy European stuff. That's just one shot, right? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
and those
El
are
El
really varied.
Mercenario, the Mercenary. You know that
Yeah.
series,
Mercenary? I don't. I think I've
the
heard of
Mercenary.
that, but I don't think I've
Okay,
read that.
right. Okay,
Let me see.
okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
So, do you also read the comic you're making now? Is that more European style or American?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we have a distribution in America, so it's American style, but it's definitely influenced from the European stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome, great man. Yeah, this is fantastic. That you
Um,
yeah, continue, man.
yeah, because I think that's kind of the cool stuff for us in Europe. That I don't think Americans have European comics, and Asians don't have European comics, or Americans really. So
Yeah,
for them it's manga, for them it's comics, and we have this kind of mix where everything meets, right? Where you do
yeah,
get the manga, you do get the original stuff from Europe, and then you get the American influence. So we're
exactly.
basically in this candy shop of comic books, and you're like, okay, I can take this and this and this, and it's crazy how varied it is, and you can find the perfect fit for you, right? So I was, I guess, kind of into the idea of showing that bit of stuff to the Americans in a
Hmm.
way.
Yeah, 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 yeah. This is true, man. I think the Americans do know Asterix.
Yeah, everyone
That's
knows Asterix.
everyone knows Asterix, and that's I think most of the and Tintin, of
Yeah,
course.
yeah.
But beyond that, it gets a bit foggy. I think for
Mhm.
most Americans. Yeah, yeah, man. Good point.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring up your campaign so we can talk about that. Does it have a
Mhm.
video?
No video.
Oh,
We're
too bad. Okay, Vestri number 4. All right, so man, that's awesome that you have 4 issues now for for small time indie
yeah, yeah.
creator. That's impressive, man.
We've been really lucky to get so far. We'll see how long we can go, right? But I at least want to finish the first arc, so I have like one
So
more in
how
me for sure.
how many issues is the first arc?
The first arc is 5 issues. With that the last issue is double sized, so that would be
Oh,
56 pages for the last
okay.
issue.
So you're working on that right now.
Yes, that's basically what I'm right now working on.
Wow. Damn. Awesome. Okay, so What does the name Vestri mean?
Originally, it was used as a name of this northern giant. I think in northern mythology, there were 4 giants that like fell out of an armpit of a god, if I'm remembering correctly. And
Mhm.
I just thought it sounded cool, so I was like, that's pretty neat, right? So yeah,
Right.
uh, just use that really.
Right. So you do use influences from Earth mythology, you know. So it's not
Right.
completely
Yeah,
fancy.
yeah.
It's yeah.
So there's really heavy influence of, you know, your folklore and mythology.
Mhm.
And the good thing is, my writer is from England and I'm in Czech Republic. So we all have kind of different stuff from our mythology. So I kind of, say, hey, we have this crazy monster that comes at noon and steals children. Can we do something with that? And he's like, I'm not really in for it, right? But
Yeah.
that's the fun stuff, like how rich of a crazy folklorisk creatures we have here.
Yeah, man. Yeah, of course. Okay, so Vestry number 4. Damin. Damin is the
Yeah,
name
Damon,
of
the
the
main
main
hero.
character.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
Must travel to find an ancient race to help fight against an epic skilled threat. Wow. And each issue of Vestry, is that part of a
Hmm.
longer story, or are they, or can you read them
Yeah.
individually?
Right. Yeah. So it's part of longer story. So
Mhm.
you'll have to read the arcs together for it to all make sense, right?
Right.
We're trying to make them fun on individual basis. I think you could, but definitely like if you read 1 through 4, you'll get the full picture of it. But
Okay.
then
So
we
it's
have
not
something fun
like
we
people can
do,
pick up
and
number
that's
4.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'd say you can, but in the whole context, you probably want to go 1 through 4.
Right. Understood. Okay. Look at this, man. You already made your goal. That's great. That's fantastic. Right.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
So 6 days left. Is this your 30 days? The first 30 days of your campaign,
Yeah. So that's the 30 days.
and will you extend after these 6 days?
No. So the book is done, or we just basically need people to get us funds for printing, and then we'll send it out. So it's
Okay,
ready
so
to
only
print.
6 days
Just
left, and then
get
it's over.
get the readers.
Right. Awesome.
It's over, and it's heading out.
Cool, man. Awesome. Excellent. Okay. Created by Jakub Sebesta and Dylan Clark. Right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Tell us a little bit about this. What are we looking at?
Uh, right. So hold on, let me see. So this is just a little reward we thought would be cool. So this is just a little art card, and it's gonna be included in each shipment for our backers.
There's a card, right? Okay, so this the main character. What was his
Yeah.
name again? Damin,
Right. That's the main character. That's the
right?
elven daemon, and that's the elven spirit that is fused to him. And behind, you have our little ominous looking fella.
Okay, this is a spirit, or what did you say? This is a spirit or sprite? Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
So spirit. Yeah, that's the ghost of. Yeah. I think we might have a little bit of a delay.
Oh yeah,
Hopefully it's good now.
and this
Yeah, I think
is
it's good now.
like a villain.
Radio. Well, you'll have to read and find out, right?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe.
That's a good answer, man. Um, okay, David Feed asks, didn't Indiegogo get all silly with one of your campaigns for being too hot?
Yeah, that happened. For our third issue, I basically we had an outline of a nipple on the ghost.
Oh
I
no!
think I got a little too spicy with it, and yeah, and they didn't like it very much, so they took us down for a day or so till we re-uploaded the image censored.
Oh no! Okay,
But
so they took it
it's all
down,
good.
and you had to replace the image.
Yeah. I just did a censored version, you know. We put
Yeah. You
we
need
were
to
kind
censor
of
that, maybe.
cheeky with it, put all black
Yeah,
censored bars. Yeah,
they don't like
but
the
not in the book
nipples.
though.
No. Okay, Underground approves your print. Cool.
No.
The story. Cool. Tell
Ah,
us
nice.
tell us a little bit about the
Yeah.
story.
Alrighty. So in the first issue, the Damon character is hired to basically clean out this old elven ruins, right? Uh, and whilst he's doing that, he happens to find a crystal that holds this spirit. He fuses, but as he fuses with the elven girl, he opens this gap into this other dimension, right? That holds all these magical elements and crazy creatures. Uh, with her, a monster comes in, and they learn they have to work together, bond to defeat it. Because you know it's kind of like, uh, well, how do you carve into diamond to use diamond tools, right? So to defeat a magical creature, you have to use magic.
Right.
Obviously, uh, him having that the crystal brings a lot of attention to him from this mysterious guy, right? And that kind of sets in motion this basically wild goose chase of them uh, trying to find a way to defeat him, as well as he's trying to chase them down to steal the crystal and get the girl for his own sake.
Oh, getting the crystal and the girl.
That's the cliff notes.
Ooh,
Yeah,
exciting.
yeah.
Uh, okay. By the way, you do look a little bit like the main character, right?
Yeah, I get it a lot, and that was not
Self insert. Yeah.
intentional.
Okay.
Yeah. To
That
be
that that.
fair,
that
I actually designed the character way before I had a beard, even.
okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't know if that
So you,
helps my case, at least a little bit.
yeah. No. You love your own book so much that you modeled yourself after your own character. That's yeah. It's
Yeah,
perfectly fine,
exactly
man.
right.
So, do you draw digitally? Jacob, do you draw digitally or traditionally?
Right. Yeah. So I draw straight up digital just for the speed, and
Right.
I would love to do physicals, but it just takes way too much time, and I don't have the proper scanner, and just the whole process of coloring it and etc. It just way easier to do it digitally. So yeah, digital all the
Hmm.
way.
Yeah, and it's easier to fix mistakes, right? If you want to make edits, it's fairly
Oh,
simple.
absolutely. That's
Yeah.
Control Z is the best things in the world.
This book, right? This book, is this on American format, comic book format, or European format?
Yes. Yeah, this is standard American comic book size.
American comic book format. Okay. All right. What's happening here?
Hmm.
Who is
Yeah.
this guy? Who's the guy with the eye
So
patch?
this guy is with the eye patch, right? So that's sort of a holy figure who's this paladin, keeper of basically keeper of knowledge, right? He is a guy who lives in this temple where they keep information on different creatures or potion making, etc. And they keep it basically to themselves. So for in order to get information they need, they did have to infiltrate this temple, and he obviously finds out about them. But he decides to join them on their adventure.
Right. Okay, cool. That's amazing. So he has a lot of knowledge about the world and the creatures, and he can help them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this lady, she got my interest from the
Hmm.
cover, for obvious reasons. So who is this lady here?
Right. So that would be, if you were playing Dungeons and Dragons, it would be your rogue character. She's
Hmm.
basically the female character of interest for our main hero. She's his partner within crime and outside of it.
Yep.
Uh, and so obviously she's by his side when on this whole crazy journey.
Right. So is he this big, um, in
Yeah,
comparison to
yeah,
her?
yeah. Yeah, he's supposed to be just crazy tall, like 2 meters 10. Like really tall guy,
Right.
just
Yeah,
huge.
yeah. Okay, awesome. What's her name
Her
of this
main
lady?
name's Medea. Yeah,
Medea. Okay, I like Medea. She's cool. Okay,
yeah,
new
yeah. She's
setting.
really
What?
fun to draw.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine. What's the setting here? This this
Right.
is a cool setting.
Uh, nice. So this is actually inspired by uh, this uh, basically mountains in Czech Republic. So I'm just putting little
Oh,
stuff from over here in the book,
right,
and it's supposed to be the hidden location of this basically race that kind of withdrew from civilization and are keeping to themselves beneath the mountains.
right, right. So David Feet wants measurements in normal
Right.
normal sizes.
So David Fink like 7 feet tall. That's our guy, right? Really tall,
Right.
tall fella.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, beautiful, beautiful man.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Okay, so what's going on here? So they have like
Hmm.
firearms in this fantasy world.
Right. So we're calling it magical blunderbusts. that's as far as we.
Blunderbusts.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So just goes to show that these little fellas are kind of technically more advanced, and that's why they would need help from them, right?
Right.
They actually figured out a way to weaponize this magic in the world, etc.
Right. So they harness magic and they manage to convert it into ammunition somehow.
Basically, yeah, that's it.
Right. That's cool. That's a cool concept. He's like a dwarf, right? Like the
Yeah,
fancy dwarf.
uh, we had really fun designing this because that's kind of what I like about indie comics. That I just went to Twitter and was like, "Hey guys, I'm designing a new race. What do you think of these concepts?" And I gave like 5 concepts I did, and people are voting on them. So just because of them, we actually have this guy looking like this guy. He could have looked completely different, right? Just
Yeah.
yeah, this is how they turn out.
Yeah. That feedback. That's good to use, man. Hey, he has some glowy eyes here. What's going on with his eyes? Did he eat something wrong or what happened?
Yeah, so we just wanted to visually do the fusion of him and the ghost. So when they fuse, he's powered up, right? So
Oh,
just to
okay.
kind of give you that intense idea of that, we gave him glowing eyes. Plus, it looks really cool in my opinion.
Yeah, looks cool. Looks cool. Okay, so he becomes super strong.
Yeah. Basically, it kind of enhances you in plenty of ways.
Right. Awesome. Okay. The cover page, yeah, cool cover page. Anvil Comics, that's your imprint.
Yeah, that would
So
be us.
that's a nice logo too, right? Yeah, nice. This cover's pretty cool, man.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so is there something else you can tell us about the book or about the campaign before we go
Yeah.
to the
So
perks?
absolutely. I think you'll be surprised with the series, uh, and especially when you get to read from issue 1 to 4. I don't want to toot my own horn too much, but it's fun to see how better I'm getting at art throughout the issues, right? So issue
Yeah,
4 is definitely my best one so far.
right. Yeah, man. That's great. Okay, let's see what kind of perks you have.
Mhm.
Good. So, talk us through it.
Right.
Through the perks.
It's honestly, we thought make it simple, stupid, right? So what we're offering is you can get it either digitally or physically. And one cool thing we're doing with each issue you get, you'll also receive a short story ashcan. That's like a little offshoot adventure where we can have fun, right? So
Right.
in the first Ashcan, we had him fight Vodnik, which is a Slavic monster who drowns people. In the second, he fought a giant. So just kind of fun stuff that doesn't really fit in to the narrative of the book, but you know, it's him fighting monsters, and yeah, I think that's pretty neat. So that comes with each book, right?
So
Uh,
so you made like separate mini comics to go with
yeah,
with the main books,
yeah, exactly.
and you also drew these.
Yes.
Wow, that's a lot of work, man.
Yeah. Honestly, they're just 10 pages, so it's really short, kind of
Oh,
little fun
still,
story.
still, and this is the second one, right? So you made 20
Uh,
pages.
we made 4 of them, so with each issues, right? So this is the fourth one.
Wow,
So I made this is my fourth one.
wow, that's 40 pages extra that you drew completely throughout the
Yeah.
that are not part of the main books, and you can only get these
Yeah.
through the campaigns.
Yes. So the fun thing is, you actually can't get the previous 3. That's how we wanted to incentivize people to get our book
Yeah.
on each campaign, right? And not just
Hmm.
wait till it's all finished and get it once.
Yeah.
So yeah, that Ashcan is kind of like a little extra special thing.
Wow, that's amazing, man. That's awesome. Okay, so for just $5, guys, you can get the PDF plus the Ashcan. Um, okay, this is Vestri 3 and 4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we actually had a lot of people messaging us they missed our third campaign, so we wanted to just kind
Yeah.
of give them a tier, because plenty of people have 1 and 2 but didn't get 3. So this
Yeah.
is kind of our way of making it easier on them.
Right. Okay. Then the physical book.
Yeah, and that's the physical one.
Yeah. That's a good price, man. $11. How many pages is this book?
This one is 22 pages.
22.
Hmm.
Okay. 22 plus Ashcan, that's 32, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
for $11, guys, that's crazy cheap. Yeah. Then we
Yeah.
get
And then it's kind of like, you can get the whole book, the previous issues, so you can read
yeah,
up on everything.
the entire series for $15. Man, those are good prices.
Yeah.
Get
Just
physical, get you 2 books plus the Ashcan. Yeah, 21. Yeah, man, that's nice. And the complete package, the
yes,
catch-up bundle.
that's the big one,
Right.
right?
Yeah, this has to be the one for me. I have no books yet from Vestri, so I need to check that out, man.
Oh,
That's fantastic.
hopefully you like him.
Yeah, some fantasy. Some fantasy's cool. Yeah, cool. You have updates. Let me see. You update
Yeah.
on regular basis.
Yeah. Honestly, there isn't that much to update on. We kind of have it all prepped. We're basically aiming to do lots of campaigns and really simple ones, right? So it's not like some crazy advertisement, or we're not
Yeah,
really putting out statues or stickers, etc.
right. Yeah,
Just kind of like,
some of
hey,
these
that's the book.
some of these campaigns go really overboard with the
Mhm.
extras and the chutskis,
Yeah.
and then you get the feeling that you need to compete. So you put up your
Mhm.
own book, and you have the other books putting out all this extra stuff, and you have to compete somehow. But maybe it's not
Yeah.
necessary. People mainly want the books. That's what
Hopefully,
they
right?
come for. And look at these
Yeah, that's
prices,
kind of
man.
what I'm
For
counting on.
these prices, this is this crazy good price.
We're trying to be competitive, right? So
Yep.
yeah, that's basically what it comes down to, right?
Uh, it says here ships to the United States of America. Does
Yeah.
this mean that it doesn't ship anywhere else?
Yeah. So because of in the past we got books lost, and honestly, this really sucks. And as a European myself, I get it, but we can't really ship to other countries than US because of the crazy shipping and the delays and the lost packages, damaged stuff. So it just becomes this terrible, uh, terrible hassle for us and the buyers. So we just decided to opt out of it and have it digitally at least.
Oh man, so I can't get the physical books then. That that
Yeah,
sucks, man.
unfortunately.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I know. Honestly, I don't have them physical too, right? I would love them physically. It just didn't really happen.
Yeah, because this
So
basically
I get that.
a European product. It's a European book, but you can only
Absolutely.
get it
Uh,
in the US for now,
yeah.
right?
So what I'm thinking of doing is, once we get the full arc, I'm gonna find a printer in Europe and do Europe only run, and I'm gonna ship them myself just
Right,
for the European people.
right. So
But
that's the
that's the
plan
big plan.
after the campaign. So you do the entire
Yeah.
series. So 5 issues, right?
Right.
Through crowdfunding,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
after that, so that's probably next year, I think.
Hopefully,
Then you
yeah.
will be putting them together, collecting them.
Doing the big book. Yeah. Because I think that's what Europeans like anyway. Not single issues, but
Yeah,
have it completed, thick book. That's
yeah,
that's what I like to read as well. So
right,
absolutely.
right. So will you also translate it to different languages?
Yeah. Maybe I think I could translate it to Czech. Just depends how many people we could actually get to buy it, right? If it's
Yeah,
actually worth the time and effort. But we'll see. I'd love it.
yeah, man. Okay, so 58 Underground asks, first
Mhm.
off, congrats on reaching the goal, and
Thank
how
you.
did you promote the campaign?
Yeah, that's we don't really have big promotions, right? I think I'm being lucky enough to get on invited on shows. So we're doing YouTube shows and we're tweeting like crazy. But outside of that, yeah, we don't really have like a big promo thing prepped.
Yeah, that's always the problem, man.
Yeah, just
With yeah, yeah. You make the book, and making comic books is a lot of work. You know that it's a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of money. Um, and once the book is done, then the next job starts, and that's promoting
mm,
it and getting
yeah.
it out there, and that's very difficult sometimes.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's been by far the most difficult part I found on this whole thing. Just I was kind of stupidly relying on word of mouth, uh,
Mm.
but outside of that, I I have a couple of social media things where I post. I have not large followings on there at all. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, don't really. It's an area I definitely should improve on.
So, what kind of social media platforms do you use? Where can people
Yeah.
look you up?
Yeah, I'm basically at Shabby J everywhere. I mainly use Twitter, but I have an Instagram, I have Minds, uh, and
Okay.
we sometimes have YouTube that's hosted by Booster Kiwi, so you can find me there too.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Well, I put your Twitter handle in the description for this video. So, people, if you're watching and you want to follow Jacob, he's on Twitter. Check the link, follow him, check out his campaign, and okay, let's just see. Maybe you got a new backer. While we were chatting, you never know, man. You never know.
Yeah,
Let's see. You're on 46 now, and you're on 46 now. Woo!
hey, still a great
That's
number.
fine, man. That's fine. You still have 6 days to go. You're already funded. The book is completely done. So congrats, man. That's fantastic.
Hey, thank you so much. And like this has been great. I'm always happy to show my book. This is awesome.
Yeah, yeah. That goes with the territory nowadays, man. Okay, guys. One more thing. Vestri, check out Vestri, right? The link is in the description. Also, a link is to Perfect 10 issue 3. The pre-launch page is still up, but we're launching very soon. So make sure you're signed up. If you're signed up and you participate in the campaign, then you get something extra. So that is great. It's the third issue, and with the same creative team, Pau is knocking pages out right now. It's looking fantastic. Okay, then we have American Bliss, Father's Pride Part 1, which is also in pre-launch right now, so you can sign up to that one. That will launch probably after the campaign of Perfect 10, but you can already sign up now for some cool extra stuff. And if in the meantime you like to see what else we have, you can go to genuinecomics.com. This is our website. We have all our books right here, apart from the books that are made in the last year. So the crowd-funded books right now will not be on this website until 1 year later, So, but check it out, guys. We have everything you want here. So we have art books, we have prints, we have a lot of good stuff. Awesome. And don't forget about Vestri. Vestri needs some more support. So share it, guys. If you come back, just share it. Um, okay, cool. Stop screen. There we go. Well, thanks a lot, Jacob, for being my guest today.
Oh, dude, my pleasure. This was awesome.
and I will definitely check out your campaign. And when the next book comes out, you're very welcome to come back here and talk about that. So,
Oh man, yeah, I'll be absolutely on here for sure. This has been great.
okay, and special thanks to the chat, for everyone watching and commenting, and for the questions. And thank you very much for showing up and for watching this little show. And I'll be back with a new Drink with Brink next week with Brian Manar for his new campaign. So I hope to see you then. Okay, bye bye, guys.